The Indian gaming industry faced skepticism in its infancy. Financial institutions were reluctant to establish traditional banking relationships with tribes, local governments were weary of an industry run by tribal governments, and even job seekers were unsure if their employment would be secure in tribal-run gaming facilities. What a difference a couple of decades makes. Today, the industry is solid. Financial institutions are clamoring to build relationships with tribes. Local governments are forming solid partnerships with tribes, and tribal casinos are often the largest and most stable employers in their communities. Dr. Catherine Spilde has been a senior research associate at the Harvard Project on American Indian Economic Development and the director of research for the National Indian Gaming Association. Her in-depth studies of the industry have led to a comprehensive knowledge of the effects of Indian gaming.
The economic impact of tribal government-owned gaming at the national level has been nothing short of phenomenal. Tribes realized that they were going to have to develop an industry to generate the revenues that they so sorely needed to operate their governments and really provide the services for their communities. The tribes were not given anything to start the tribal government gaming industry. This was complete innovation on the part of tribal leaders. And this industry has grown from a $100 million gross gaming revenue industry in the early days to over $29 billion annually now.
It all began with two landmark court cases. In the early 80s, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit allowed the Seminole Tribe of Florida to conduct a gaming enterprise in Florida. This major U.S. court case helped pave the way for Indian gaming. In 1987, the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in California v. Cabazon Band of Mission Indians recognized the inherent right of Indian tribes to offer gaming on tribal lands. A year later, Congress passed the Indian Gaming Regulatory Act, which allowed Indian nations to negotiate with states in order to engage in gaming as a means of economic development. In September 1999, 61 California tribes finalized their tribal state compacts. In March of 2000, the California voters passed Proposition 1A by 64%, approving Indian gaming on reservation lands.
That's when things really escalated for us. We went from 760 to 2,000 machines almost overnight. In 2003, we built the existing facility, and in 2004, we opened up our hotel. Now, we just opened up our new tower, another 220 rooms. We expanded the gaming space. Now we have a fully upgraded facility.
The uses of funds from tribal gaming is what separates tribal gaming from any other gambling industry in the United States. It's not simply a business. Tribal leaders have done incredible things under incredible pressure as governments who really are expected to deliver return on community, to heal the community with the revenues from gaming, while at the same time keeping that gaming going and generating those revenues, which is a very sophisticated business that we don't see any other governments in the world achieve.
The Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians is a perfect example of Dr. Spilde's observations and research. The tribe has utilized its gaming resources to rebuild its tribal nation, including a health clinic, thriving education and culture departments, a language revitalization program, and a forthcoming museum. The tribe has also expanded its hospitality holdings with 2 hotels and a restaurant in the nearby town of Solvang.
Tribes are also investing in diversification, creating other businesses, using the expertise that they've developed in gaming, and really understanding that this is about investing in the long term, not just solving short-term problems.
Native American gaming has led to strong economic development for tribes with gaming facilities on their land. But in California, it has also had a positive impact on other Native American tribes and many communities outside of Indian country.
California and tribes themselves initiated the idea that the tribes who had a location where there was a market for a casino would share that revenue with the tribes that were in less fortunate locations. And the casinos themselves have directly benefited the neighbors of California tribes. The research that we've done revealed that the spillover effects are very significantly positive. Family incomes have gone up, per capita income, educational attainment, not just on the reservations, but near the reservations as well.
From its humble beginnings to a $29.8 billion industry, Indian gaming facilities directly and indirectly generated approximately $95 billion in output, 738,000 jobs, $32.6 billion in wages, $1.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes, and $8 billion in direct revenue sharing payments to federal, state, and local governments. All this while helping Native American tribes throughout the U.S. revitalize their nations. It's an industry that has been a massive success by every measure.